Hi Year 5 and welcome back. Today is lesson 2 and we're going to be carrying on with the work that you did last week. So before we get started, you will need a piece of paper. You will need to either print off this sheet that is on the resources section, or you need to copy it out with some coloured pencils, and then you need to cut out into squares. So we've got all the different music notes on the different pieces of paper, and you will need a pen. So pause this video and go and get everything that you need. To begin with, we're going to listen to some Chinese instruments. We're going to listen to 8 different pieces of music, and using the information that you will be able to see on your screen, you need to say what order you can hear the instruments in. So make sure you have your piece of paper and you have written the numbers 1 to 8. So the instruments that you are listening for are the ones that we had a look at last week. It's an erhu, which sounds like a violin, a sheng, which sounds like a mouth organ, a pipa, which sounds like a guitar, swoner, which sounds a bit like a squeaky oboe. Squeaky is a really good word to listen for. Dizzy sounds like a flute or a piccolo. Yang Quin is a twangy piano, so twangy is a really good word to listen for there. Temple blocks sound like blocks of wood, and temple gong is a large metal disc.
Extract 1.
So next to number 1, write down what instrument you think that was.
Extract 2.
Next to number 2, write down what instrument you think that one was.
Extract 3. Extract 4. Extract 5. Extract 6. Extract 7. Extract 8.
So now for the answers. Number 1 was temple gong. Let's have another listen.
Extract 1.
Number 2 was suona.
Extract 2.
Number 3 was a dizzy.
Extract 3.
Number 4 was temple blots.
Extract 4.
Number 5 was an air hoo.
Extract 5.
Six was a sheng.
Extract 6.
Number 7 was the pippa.
Extract 7.
And number 8 was the yanquin.
Extract 8.
So how did you do? How many out of 8? Would you be able to send me your score out of 8 on Teams, please, so I know how well you've done? In a second, a picture will come up on your screen and everything on there links together. What I need you to do is pause the video when the picture comes up and discuss and see if you can work out what the link is between all of the pictures. That's right, the answer's number 5. Now, number 5 is really important in Chinese music because a lot of Chinese music uses something called the pentatonic scale. Penta means 5. Tonic is from the word tone, which means note or pitch. So we're going to be using a 5-note scale today, which is where your notes come in. All of these are the notes, the black keys on the keyboard, and they are enharmonic equivalents. An enharmonic equivalent means 2 names for the same note. So if you have a look, C sharp and D flat Can you see how I've made them the same colour? That's because they're the same note. And D sharp and E flat, they're the same note as well. F sharp and G flat are the same note. And G sharp and A flat are the same note. A sharp and B flat, they are the same note as well. What I would like you to do is I would like you to use the notes that you cut out, pick one at random, and then try and see if you can work out what its enharmonic equivalent is. I'll put a keyboard map on the board for you, to help you. The bell. And you can use that keyboard map to see what the enharmonic equivalent is. So you're going to need to pause the video whilst you play this game. Once you have managed to have a few goes with the keyboard map there, it would be brilliant if you could have a go without the keyboard map. So for example, we've got a D sharp. The enharmonic equivalent of D sharp is an E flat. Let's have another go. So here I have a G sharp. The enharmonic equivalent of a G sharp is an A flat. I've got a C sharp. The enharmonic equivalent of a C sharp is a D flat. So we're going to learn a piece of music that uses the pentatonic scale. It uses just 5 notes, all of the black keys. And I am going to sing it through for you to listen to, and then I am going to teach it to you line by line. Way down in Chinatown, round by the river, there lives a little man whose name is Ming. He lives in a small house with his cat. It's how it's always been long ago. Again. Way down in Chinatown, down by the river, there lives a little man whose name is Ming. He lives in a small house with his cat. It's how it's always been long ago. So now I'm going to sing a line for you, and I would like for you to sing it back to me. So first we're going to look through the words. I'm going to say a line, and then when I point to you, you say it back to me. Way down in Chinatown. Round by the river. There lives a little man whose name is Ming. He lives in a small house with his cat. It's how it's always been long ago. Now, Ming's a bit of a funny name. It's not a name that we hear very often in England, is it? But it is a Chinese name, and as we're doing Chinese music, it has got a Chinese name in our song. So now time for some singing. I'll sing a line, and then I would like you to sing it back to me. Way down in Chinatown, round by the river, there lives a little man whose name is Ming. He lives in a small house with his cat. It's how it's always been long ago. How did you get on? Did you get on well? Did you sing it really good? So we're going to do the same thing again, but this time we're going to do bigger chunks. So don't come in till it's your turn. I will point at you when it's your turn. Way down in Chinatown, round by the river, there lives a little man whose name is Ming. Way down in Chinatown, round by the river, there lives a little man whose name is Ming. He lives in a small house with his cat. He lives in a small house with his cat. It's how it's always been long ago. It's how it's always been long ago. Brilliant, well done. So now we're going to have a go at singing it through 2 times, all the way through, and I will sing and I want you to sing along with me. Way down in Chinatown, round by the river, there lives a little man whose name is Ming. He lives in a small house with his cat. It's how it's always been long ago. Way down in Chinatown, round by the river, there lives a little man whose name is Ming. He lives in a small house with his cat. It's how it's always been long ago. Well done, that was brilliant. So what we're going to have a go at doing now is I would like for you to practice it before next week's lesson. And next week's lesson, you are going to need either, if you have one at home, a keyboard or a keyboard app on a tablet, or even a computer or a laptop if you've got one. And we are going to have a go at learning how to play Chinatown.